The boss, the wife, and the unexpected twist. It's a regular weekday, and John, our unsuspecting protagonist, walks into his house after a long, grueling day at the office. He kicks off his shoes, loosens his tie, and heads into the kitchen where he sees his wife, Sarah, humming happily while preparing dinner. Now, John knows his wife, and this isn't her usual mood. She's never this cheerful when he comes home, especially not after a long day like today. He raises an eyebrow and asks, "Why are you in such a good mood?" Sarah, without missing a beat, says, "Oh, I just had a really good day, that's all." John brushes it off, thinking she might have found a good sale at her favorite store, or maybe had a relaxing day at the spa. The two sit down for dinner, but before they even finish, John's phone rings. It's his boss, Mr. Grayson. Mr. Grayson never calls after hours unless it's something serious, so John picks up, worried. But to his surprise, his boss is in an unusually good mood. "Hey, John. Listen, buddy. I know work's been crazy lately, and I've been riding you pretty hard. I want to make it up to you. How about I take you and Sarah out for dinner tomorrow? You know, a nice evening on me. What do you say?" John is caught off guard. Mr. Grayson doesn't offer things like this often. Sure, that sounds great. Thanks, boss." John hangs up the phone, excited. A fancy dinner with the boss? This could be good for his career, maybe even a raise. But something feels a little off. He notices Sarah's face turning a shade paler than it was just moments ago when she was smiling so big. The next evening, they all meet at a swanky downtown restaurant, the kind of place where you're expected to order something with words you can't pronounce. Mr. Grayson shows up in his finest suit, beaming at Sarah in a way that makes John just the tiniest bit uncomfortable. Still, John thinks, well, maybe he's just trying to be polite. The night starts out fine, but as dinner progresses, things start to feel strange. Mr. Grayson is focusing all his attention on Sarah, complimenting her at every turn. "Wow, Sarah, you look stunning tonight," Mr. Grayson says, practically ignoring John's existence. John chuckles awkwardly. "Yeah, she cleans up pretty well." Sarah shifts uncomfortably but tries to play it cool. She laughs nervously at all of Mr. Grayson's jokes, and at one point, the boss leans over to her, just loud enough for John to overhear, and whispers with a grin, "Remember last night?" John's heart skips a beat. He's not sure what to think. He awkwardly swallows his drink, his brain firing off warning signals. Did he hear that right? "What was that?" John blurts out. Mr. Grayson quickly plays it off. "Oh, nothing. Just a little inside joke." He winks at Sarah, and she laughs again, that nervous, high-pitched laugh that sends a chill down John's spine. Dinner ends, and Mr. Grayson insists on driving them home, a gesture John appreciates but isn't exactly thrilled about now. As they pull up to the house, Mr. Grayson turns to John and pats him on the shoulder. "Take care of Sarah, John. She's really something special." Then, as if to emphasize the weirdness of the night, Mr. Grayson winks again, this time a long, exaggerated wink, as he says goodbye to Sarah. That night, John can't sleep. His mind is racing with 1,000 questions. Was Mr. Grayson being too friendly? What did he mean by "remember last night"? Why was Sarah so nervous? Suddenly, John remembers that Mr. Grayson's car has GPS tracking. Every company car does. He leaps out of bed, grabs his laptop, and logs into the company's tracking system, his heart pounding in his chest. He searches for his boss's car, and when the data pops up on the screen, John feels a wave of nausea. The GPS log shows Mr. Grayson's car parked right outside their house, every single night that week. John's blood runs cold. His mind is now racing. Was his wife cheating on him with his boss? Is that why she's been acting so weird lately? Is that what that wink and comment at dinner were all about? Determined to get to the bottom of it, John confronts Sarah the next morning. "Sarah, what the hell is going on?" he says, holding the GPS printout. "I know something's up with you and Mr. Grayson. His car was outside our house every night this week." Sarah's face goes white. She hesitates for a moment, then bursts into tears. Okay, I'll admit it, she sobs. I've been cheating on you. John's stomach drops. He feels like the floor has been ripped out from under him. With who? My boss? Sarah wipes her tears, and with a trembling voice she says, No, not with him. John is confused. Wait, if not with him, then who? Sarah takes a deep breath, her voice barely a whisper. I've been cheating on you. With his wife. John blinks, trying to process what he just heard. His wife? Cheating? With his boss's wife? Wait a minute, you've been sleeping with his wife? John stammers, utterly bewildered. Sarah nods, still tearful. I'm so sorry, John. I didn't mean for it to happen, it just… John interrupts, his mind now racing in a completely different direction. Does Mr. Grayson know about this? Sarah nods again, and John's eyes widen. Well, why the hell has he been acting so weird around you? Why did he keep inviting us to dinner? Sarah looks up at him, her eyes filled with regret, and she says in a hushed voice, Why do you think he keeps inviting us to dinner, John? John's brain finally catches up. He's been thinking it was some kind of affair behind his back, but no. His boss knew the whole time. The winks, the dinner invitations, the strange behavior. It all makes sense now. Mr. Grayson wasn't interested in Sarah. He was in on the whole thing. As John stands there in stunned silence, his mind flashing through all the strange dinners, the winks, the whispers, Sarah quietly says, And I think they want us to join them. John's face goes pale. What? Just then, the doorbell rings. John opens it to find none other than Mr. Grayson and his wife standing there, both smiling. The boss gives him a knowing nod and says, So, John, about that dinner we were talking about. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more cool stories like this. Let us know what you'd like to see next in the comments. Subscribing to this channel will bring you a long and happy life. Thanks for being amazing.